Welcome people on the internet, it's me KMD, welcome to another DB Daylight video. So, recently in the DBD community, especially on DBD Twitter, there has been a lot of discussions about Dredge's power level in Dead by Daylight, and as a resident Dredge main over here, I would like to let some input on that, since there's an ongoing stereotype that some of the Dredge mains, especially the ones that think Dredge is really good. I used to be one of them, but I moved on. As you can see, I removed my Rage Run video because I think it's kinda cringe now looking back at it. But, yeah, there's a rumor that these people, there's a stereotype that these people are like kinda toxic and also like don't accept a different opinion than the one that agrees with their. So I'm not going to call out names. This is not the place or time to call anyone out or like create drama. I'm just saying what I have seen on Twitter and I'm just gonna do my thing. So let's go back on the Dredge, analyze how the Dredge is handling in modern DBD and what we could possibly do to maybe make it a bit better while keeping the identity of the character in check and not over buffing him. So in 8.2.0, Dredge got buffed. They increased Dredge's movement speed while charging gloaming from 3.68 to 3.8. They increased daytime teleportation from 12 to 19 meters per second. They also reduced daytime teleport cooldown, and they also reduced the cooldown of Rain of Darkness in daytime from 12 to 10 seconds, and they reduce the time it takes to break out of a locker from 3 to 2.25. So they basically made most parts of both key Automarian Writing and Hades Calendar base kit. They also increased the charge of Nightfall per injured survivor to 1.0 charges per second instead of 0.75. That's partially Malfinker's Scroll, so that's for add-ons made into base kit. And they also reduced the volume of Dredge, so it isn't as loud and it's harder to detect while undetectable, and also in general while looping. And they of course changed add-ons to adjust the ones that were included in the base kit. I personally at the beginning thought that this is revolutionary. Dredge is 8 tier now. I moved on from this phase. It ended I don't know if was it already a month that I released that video? I don't know, but it's been a while since I had this mindset. I changed it to a more healthy one that's more realistic, especially after talking to some of my friends that probably have a way bigger experience in DBD balance than me. Yeah, I changed my mind on Dredge a bit. I still think Dredge is way stronger than everybody thinks, but I don't think he's ultra strong. Me personally, if I was to make a killer tier list, wherever Wraith is put, Dredge is one step higher, or at least. Maybe even Hag, depending where you put Hag, because I saw some people put Hag above Dredge, which is Hag doesn't have a power unless you set it up. Dredge has a power consistently throughout the entire game, so Dredge is a B tier killer in my mind at minimum. At best he can be mid or top B. I don't think you can put Dredge any higher, personally, at least at the current state. So what can we do to make Dredge a bit more consistent and a bit more stronger without going overboard? I've made myself a notepad with my proposed changes, how to fix the issues with lockers. While I still agree that Dredge is not as map dependent as most people think, because according to my map tier list that I still kinda agree with, even though there was some changes to maps, it's still kinda realistically the same, maybe with some changes. According to me, at least 25% of the maps is problematic, so that's less than an average killer. So Dredge can handle most maps, and I think the only unplayable map on Dredge is Shelter Woods, because you have 7 or 12 lockers. It's in the window of 7-12. It's not enough, and doesn't cover every corner of the map, because the rule of thumb is cover every corner of the map and some of the middle. There's some outliers of this rule, like Greenville, which, while it does cover every single corner and the middle, there's lockers just sucking over each other, and you can accidentally TP across the map just because the lock-on of the locker isn't as good with the teleport as with other powers, so suck shit, I guess. So that's why I don't really like Greenville, even though it's according to my locker rule set, it's objectively good, even maybe one of the best. So okay, so let's get to what I proposed. Give Dredge extra speed when charging to make it 4.0. This is the survivor speed. This is 100% speed. Just to like make it a bit more consistent, and why I don't want Dredge to just automatically win a tile when a remnant is placed down. I also don't think that sometimes you just may have not have enough time to like consider where you want to lead the survivor. So just giving you this extra speed to, if the survivor leaves a tile in a way that's not like convenient for you, you can at least like not lose distance. It's not like we're rewarding bad plays, but like you probably still will lose some distance because just like you're going to be going left right trying to bait the survivor and trying to read their movement. I think that's completely fair to make Dredge the speed of a survivor when they're charging the gloaming. TP speed in my opinion needs no changes, it's completely fine. I don't really understand where the complaints about TP speed are coming from, so we're just gonna skip after that. Make Dredge a 24 meter turn radius, please. He's already undetectable while teleporting and while in a locker, so there's no reason to make his turn radius 30 meters plus while outside of a locker or outside of a teleport. I think it's pretty silly. Please allow the Dredge to return to the remnant while in a locker. It may not obviously come into play every time, but it will definitely reward the remembering when you put it down, and also it will reward some smart plays, because for example you can be expecting lockers and you can also TP back to the remnant if they unhook when you're camping in the end game, which, note, it's only going to come into play when you're losing the game, because you're not going to be camping in the end game unless you're trying to secure a 2k or a 1k. Please don't call me out on that, because it's not going to come into play when you're already winning a game. If you're just trying to camp to secure a 3k, just stand still in front of the survivor, and 99% of the time you will win the 1v1 with the other survivor and secure at least one hook state. Okay, so this is probably the major point of this video. This idea I saw proposed by Pixelbush and I absolutely loved it, but I think I need to put my little twist on it. Let Dredge teleport to lockers and chests, to not cover killers that are countered by lockers. Because while yes, I think we should add a little more lockers to maps, we shouldn't go overkill, because a lot of the killers in this game have their power just straight up denied by lockers being around, and sometimes it may just cancel the entire chase. Add some, add not a lot, and just let Dredge TP to chests. Chests would need to stay closed to trigger the break lock animation when Dredge is exiting from them, so it would incentivize people to not open chests against Dredge. That is, they don't gain more items throughout the game, and instead have to like either rely on stuff they brought into the game or use dramaturgy. And also let this synergize with human greed, so if you lock a chest with human greed you get a shorter chest lock break animation, please, thank you. And for the final change, I decided to include for non-add-on base kit stuff, make Nightfall appear similarly to the lights out, and also either turn the audio that is appearing when in Nightfall, like the screams, either make it at the deafen status effect and just remove the screams to not overwhelm people, or just straight up remove it if it's not like a balance issue. The first change, because filters kinda counter Dredge, while I'm not opposed to filters, it would be pretty nice to, you know, have it consistent, and also like lights out, in my opinion, did like countering filters perfectly in this game. So please make it look like lights. So please make it look like lights out, or like make it similar in terms of like actual how it works. It can be a different visual, but like, you know. And for the second one, just please, for the sake of accessibility, either remove the screams or turn it to the deafened status effect, so the balance isn't affected by accessibility. I hope people fucking shut the fuck up about accessibility being affecting balance, you fucking ableists. Also, please change to landing, thank you very much. Going more to add-ons now, make Automaran rating base kit and just give it a new effect, because this add-on is a staple since Dredge released, and I don't think if Dredge doesn't get any changes at all, you might as well just put it in as base kit and give it a new effect. My idea, for example, is to reduce the time needed to teleport to the Remnant by 20%. Just make it blurry photo, just this. And while we're talking about returning to the Remnant, please delete the delay between returning to the Remnant and M1ing, because sometimes it just like straight up denies you the hit on the pallet. Like there's like a half a second delay between you pressing M1 and landing. Like you press N1, sometime passes, you end up on the remnant, and there's this like half a second delay that the survivor just uses to stun you on the pallet, and I think that's pretty stupid. Why can't I just like straight up M1 when I end the teleport animation? I think that's pretty silly. It just like punishes me for like making a good reaction. I just think it's kind of stupid, personally. I think they should remove this delay personally, or at least make it shorter. Make Hades calendar base kit please, and make it something else too. Like make it extra speed when charging gloaming, or make it a mangled add-on for hitting hits with remnant, like similarly to how Chucky has this achievement for hitting survivors 3 seconds after scampering, and it's the cell that gets struck by like Tricky and all that stuff. In an ideal world, I would request them to change the achievement too to just hits per remnant, but like they cannot really change achievements without like adding a new one. See Stranger Things and Pinhead. I mean, they can change it, but you like already get it. Now that I think about it, they could really do that, but they're not going to do that realistically. Like, they already set in stone, unless they're like going to add an achievement for every killer, because some killers, especially the ones that are included in the base game, have several achievements. You could add like, you could give a killer 2 achievements that are not adept. Please, it would be nice. So if you're like going to give Dredge a new achievement, give him a remnant hit achievement, because downing while Nightfall is cool, but it's kinda boring, and just keeps the teleport is the main power, Nightfall is the main power mindset going, and I don't really like that. I want people to use remnant. I see a lot of people just straight up not use remnant. I might also just do a video about like common mistakes while playing Dredge, because this is horrid. Please rework caffeine tablets to make one chest open at the beginning of the trial. The item will be still in the chest, but it has no lock on it. If we're going to make caffeine tablets any useful without, and not just a detrimental add-on even, then make it open one chest at the start of the trial. I could maybe make it so one locker on the map doesn't have a lock, or maybe 2, but like there's like 5 chests on the map if I remember correctly without coins. So I think it's a better idea to just give it to a chest than 2 lockers on the map. And I think it would be pretty balanced too, and would actually like encourage you to run this add-on. Rework Morton and Pestle, please. For example, to reveal the aura of windows and pallets in a 12-meter radius while you charge the gloaming, because Mortar and Pestle is, in my opinion, the worst designed add-on in the game, not even for the Dredge, just in the game, straight up. Please change it, I beg you. Increase the aura reveal duration on Worry Stone to 12 seconds. I reconsidered. Worry Stone is like not one of the worst add-ons on Dredge, but it's still like pretty weak. I would still not put it above Follower's Cowl, make it last longer, so you actually can like notice the aura, because like Gearhead, you get no audio cue, but at least Gearhead is like 8 seconds, while Worry is only 6. And last for my add-on suggestions, please make Sacrificial Knife apply on teleporting to a locker instead of emerging from it, or like at least make it start at the beginning of the animation, not at the end. I said that this add-on is really underrated and it's probably like in the top 6, but still, we could make it a bit better, because it would be really interesting to see this add-on above the Nightfall add-ons. It would be really fun. Maybe a bit overboard, but it would be funny, okay? And yeah, we need some love to the Eerie add-ons. I have no idea what they could do with Eerie Wooden Plank to make it like more consistent, or like, I don't know, make it healthy. I still think it's like top 10, top 12. But yeah, they could buff it up a bit, maybe increase the duration. And yeah, that's all I have prepared for the Dredge changes. I may add on them in the future in the comments, but for now I'm pretty satisfied with my ideas. If you have any other ideas to buff the Dredge while keeping his identity preferably, please leave them in the comments. And yeah, I think that's going to be a wrap. Short unscripted video. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, kiss kiss. Bye bye. Goodbye, internet.